Greetings, fellow productivity seekers. I'm Garland, Coulson, Captain Time. Recently in the news, you may have seen some articles about people using mouse jigglers to make it look like their computers are active, and they were fired by their employers because they were using these kind of tools to make it look like they were working when they really weren't. And this raises a number of issues around there. Is this really the best way to make sure that your employees are being productive by tracking every keystroke, by tracking every mouse movement? Or is there a better way? So in this video, I want to talk about how to measure employee productivity through trust and outcomes and ditching the employee computer tracker. Let's start by looking at two fictional sales employees, John and Susan. John is always at his desk and works long hours as seen on the company's employee tracking system, their computer tracking system. Management's perception is that he's a hard worker. Susan's often out of the office. She's meeting prospects, business networking, and picks up her kids from school. Management's perception is that she's not really at her desk much, so she isn't working as hard as John, and computer tracking seems to support this. But if you were to measure success by sales generated, you might find that Susan's sales are double that of John's because she goes out of the office and goes and does business networking and goes and meets clients right in the office. So this is the pitfall of measuring activity instead of measuring the results that you want. Measuring people this way, every keystroke, every mouse movement, every bathroom break, it erodes trust. When employees feel watched, they lose their sense of autonomy and they're really less engaged. It increases the stress, this constant surveillance of being watched all the time, big brother looking over your shoulder. It leads to anxiety and burnout, and that reduces productivity. It encourages rule breaking. I mean, if you're being monitored all the time, you're going to break any rule you can just to get a little bit of a break from all this. Stifles creativity as well, because innovation often happens during moments of reflection. You might lean back in your chair, give some thought, to something, and that is unproductive time according to computer tracking, but that might be when the best ideas, the brainstorms hit. And it misses the big picture. I mean, keystrokes and mouse clicks aren't meaningful work, as shown by having a mouse jiggler replace that, and as shown in the John and Susan example above. So what's the better way? So the better way is to use a trust-based way to measure employee productivity. Start by setting clear goals and expectations so people know what success looks like for each role that they have and each project they work on. When employees understand their objectives, they're more likely to stay focused and motivated. Implement regular check-ins. Schedule frequent, brief one-on-one meetings to discuss progress, challenges, and goals. This opens the communication channels and makes people feel that they're being heard on a regular basis. Focus on deliverables. Judge the productivity by the quality and timeliness of the completed work. Trust them to deliver results. You'll often be pleasantly surprised by their ingenuity and dedication. Measure impact, not activity. Look at the bigger picture. How does the employee's work contribute to the company's goals? Are they solving problems and adding value? These are the true indicators of productivity. And foster a culture of feedback. Create an environment where employees feel comfortable sharing ideas, concerns, and this open dialogue can lead to process improvements and increased efficiency. And utilize great project management tools. So instead of surveillance softwares, have collaborative project management tools that allow team to track their progress, share updates, and manage deadlines transparently. So when you put trust into the equation and measure productivity by the outcomes instead, you get increased employee satisfaction, enhanced creativity, better work-life balance, improved company culture, and better attraction and retention of your top talent. To implement an approach like this, communicate the change. Explain why you're moving away from monitoring software and how the new approach will benefit everyone. Train managers. Equip your leadership team with the skills to manage based on outcomes and trust rather than surveillance. Establish clear metrics. Define how you'll measure success for the different roles and projects, ensuring these metrics align with the company's goals. Provide the right tools. Invest in project management and collaboration software that supports transparency and teamwork. And lead by example. Demonstrate trust in your employees by giving them autonomy and focusing on their results rather than their minute-by-minute activity. So trust and outcome tracking is the key to true productivity, far better than trying to measure them by keystrokes and by mouse movements. By focusing on results rather than surveillance, you'll unlock your team's full potential and drive your business forward. And true productivity isn't about how many hours someone spends at their desk. It's about the value they bring to your organization and the impact of your work. By trusting your employees and you're giving them the freedom to excel, you'll create a workforce that's not just productive, but also innovative, engaged, and loyal. So, are you ready to ditch the computer tracker and embrace a more effective way to measure employee productivity? Your team and your bottom line will thank you for it. Reach out if you'd like my help in setting up a trust-based employee productivity system. Thanks for listening. I'm Garland Coulson, Captain Time. Please hit the like and subscribe button to help others find our content.